Yo, what's up guys? So today I'll be showcasing an FTK that uses only Formud Skipper. Now this FTK requires 17 cards in your deck and 13 cards in your extra deck. Right, so without further ado, let's begin. So first you'll start by normal summoning Formud Skipper. Then you'll activate its effect. Then you will reveal Scarecrow Lightheart. Then you link it away into Lightheart because it's a Scarecrow monster now. So you'll start off by activating Lightheart and then you will chain Formud Skipper. I think it's better to chain block for the Lightheart because if your opponent has an Ash or something, it's better if they just negate the Formud Skipper than Lightheart. Okay, then you activate Reichphobia. Okay, search for Reichheart. And then you search for your parallel Exceed. You special summon Reichheart. Then you use its effect to add a rival to your hand. Then you link summon Cross Sheep. And then you summon your parallel Exceed from your hand. Right, then we use its effect and we get another level 4. So this is where you need the Mathmech engine. So you'll go into Alimbertion and then you'll use its effect to get Circular. Right, so this version only needs 2 Mathmech monsters. So activate Circular, dump basically any Mathmech level 4 tuner. Then you'll use Alan to tribute himself and then you'll summon back your tuner. Then that'll trigger your Circular. So this time we're not searching for the trap card, we're just searching for Equation. Right, so we have a light non-tuner and a tuner monster. So this means we can actually go into Visa's Amritara. So we want to put him in this zone over here and you'll see why a bit later. So we'll use his effect and then we will add Calarium. Right, so we'll activate over and then we will search for Manadome Meek. So this combo actually requires all 3 copies of Manadome or Manadium Meek. Right, so we summon it and then we use Amritara to blow it up. So we'll chain link 1 the graveyard effect and then we'll chain link 2 the field spell to revive it. Okay, so we'll revive this one here. And then we will summon the level 4 one over here. Right, so we'll make it 4. So zone placement is extremely important. Yeah, because it matters for a lot of your effects and your summons. You definitely don't want to be summoning your cards in the wrong zones. Alright, so at this point we need to activate our Equation. So it doesn't actually matter which one you summon back. Okay, so summon back Diameter and then we will revive our Reichheart. Right, so now we'll use these 2 to XC summon Battling Boxer Dempsey. So he came out in the Duelists of Explosion pack, I think it's called. New Battling Boxer XCs. So we use his effect on summon to search for Infernoble Knight Renaud. Right, so this is where we introduce the Infernoble engine in the combo. So you actually need to have Reichheart in the graveyard. So we'll just use his other effect to detach and put him in the graveyard. That's just to protect battling boxes from targeting, which doesn't matter, but we need him in the graveyard. Right, so now you will contact Fuse by banishing your Amritara because it's treated as visas on the field, and then you banish Reichheart and then you summon Vicious Astrolabe in this zone over here. So you'll chain link 1 the sheep and then you'll chain link 2 the Astrolabe to destroy the Meek. And then we will revive Formud Skipper and we will put it over here. And then we'll trigger the Meek to summon another one as a level 4 monster from the deck. Okay, so at this point we can synchro summon. So we will synchro summon the new Infernoble synchro monster Angelica. Now she searches Noble Knight Museum. We'll activate its effect. We need to play Museum just because we need something that can add Durandal. Okay, so we'll activate Durandal. Doesn't matter which monster you target. We'll use its effect, and then we will add Turpin to our hand. Okay, so at this point we can special summon Renaud, and then we can get back our equip spell because we will need it in order to summon Turpin. Okay, so now we have too many monsters, so we'll just summon Transverser. So we'll use Dempsey because we don't need him anymore. Summon Transverser. So now we can equip to something, doesn't matter what, and then we will special summon Turpin from our hand. Okay, so at this point we'll make a level 5 synchro. This monster, Dark Dimension Soldier. So we will summon him over here is fine. So if you don't know what this does, you can banish a card from your hand, then target one of your banished dark monsters and summon that monster in face up or face down defense position. So that's why we need a monster in our hand. So we will banish Vanilla, and then we will summon Reichhardt in defense mode because we need 2 level 4s so that we can summon Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. Okay, so we'll use its effect, and then we will summon Meek back, and then we will synchro summon Dispater. Okay, so we'll use Dispater's effect to summon back our banished Visa's Amritara. Right, so at this point we can make Bishbalkan over here in this zone specifically, and we can make this monster, Kunomali Makumek. So now we can use Bishbalkan's effect to summon 2 tokens on our field and 2 tokens on their field. So you need to have a token in this center zone exactly. Right, so we'll use Transverse's effect. We'll give them Bishbalkan. It doesn't matter where you put the Bishbalkan, but for simplicity's sake, we'll just put it there. Okay, at this point, we can activate our Kunomali Makumek. If you don't know what it does, once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from it and then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between its original attack and its current attack. So this monster's original attack is 0. Its current attack is 8,000. So we can detach material and then we can target it and then inflict 8,000 damage. So that is GG. So this is not a new FTK, but I don't think it has been done with 1 card before, and it's made possible by with a number of new cards. So we'll just take a look at the cards that we used. Okay, so this is just a random discard. We used 2 Parallel Exceed, 1 Reichhardt, 1 Circular, 1 Turpin, 1 Diameter, 3 Meek, 1 Renaud, 1 Formud Skipper, 1 Equation, 1 Arrival, 1 Durandal, 1 Museum, 1 Rightphobia, and 1 Galarian. And then in the extra deck, 1 Lestrade, 1 Bishbalkan, 1 Dispater, 1 Amritara, 1 Excel Synchro, 1 Dark Dimension Soldier, 1 Angelica, 1 Makumek, 1 Dempsey, 1 Ellenbertian, 1 Transverser, 1 Cross Sheep, and 1 Lightheart. So every single one of these monsters is important for the FTK. So you essentially only have 2 flex slots to add monsters. So I made this FTK yesterday, basically after like an hour or so of testing. So I don't know if this is the best route for the FTK. There might be a different route, an easier route, but I did kind of struggle a bit to figure out how to put 2 level 5s on the field. I actually struggled because I neglected I neglected to recognize that Formud Skipper was a level 1 monster that was in the graveyard, and you could easily put 2 level 4 Meeks on the field. And yeah, you could search for another level 1 tuner in Renard with Dempsey. So yeah, once I figured that out, I figured out how to FTK the opponent. So basically you only need Formud Skipper for this, and to build the deck you could focus on searching Formud Skipper only, or you could make it like a very general deck. You can add some other cards to it so that you are still able to play, for example, you're still able to play Infernoble. Because of Dempsey, any 2 level 4s can start off your Infernoble engine, so that's cool. And you play Cross Sheep in this guy, so you can easily play your Scareclaw / Visa's engine as well. And also this only requires 2 level 4s, so you can also just simply play the Mathmech engine. So I will quickly take a look at a list that you could possibly use. Right, so this is what a complete list would look like. So this would play kind of like a regular Vanadium / Mathmech deck. If you put 2 level 4s on the field, you can easily just go into the Mathmech engine, which would actually also get you into your Vanadium engine. So that's pretty cool. And you could also just pivot into Infernoble as well to get out some more materials. So this is what it would look like. So this is mainly focused on trying to FTK basically. So you got your 1-for-1, and then you've got cross out with your targets, the commonly played hand traps. Instead of talents, I guess you could play, people do play Veiler, so you could also play Veiler instead. Or what you could do is you could play something like, you could play this, I guess. You could play Where Art Thou, and then you could play Magician's Souls. You could play Where Art Thou and Magician's Souls, and also something like Horned Drones, I guess. If you want to laser focus onto the FTK, you could play these cards, and then you could take out, for example, you don't need 3 Visa Starfrost in this deck, to be honest, because he's basically Visa Starfrost, and I think actually banishing this card from the field is a much better play than trying to get to Visas and trying to get to Reichhardt, for you to be able to summon Vicious Astrolaud. Right, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, please leave a comment, please subscribe, and I will see you next time.